The blockchain with precision, wild stories from the web.
And we are, I think, live. Pretty sure we're live. Good morning, boys and girls, and special guest Jared. Jared, can I call you Daredevil?
Oh, bro, please call me JD, please.
JD. I hope you guys remember JD was up here. Actually, I think 2 weeks ago at this point, but with the Daredevil launch, yeah, I think it's been. Okay. We vibed though. We vibed. We like it was really funny. Like, I think you DM me saying like, hey, could I like maybe want to come back and like shoot the shit and vibe again and whatever. And I'm like, dude, the funniest thing for the past like week, I've been thinking I need to get you back on like regularly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, just wanted to vibe, man, and jam out and sesh and talk and spread the good word, man. But appreciate you having me here, man. Like it's cool, man. It's cool to be here. You're back in the States. I'm here in Asia. It's nighttime over here, so I love it, man.
We got the globe covered here. Fucking awesome. All right, so 100%. Here's what we're doing in case you are new. We started this just last week, so not the show, right? But doing a spaces at the same time is new because I figured, man, so many smart people in the audience, and I always call the audience the co-host of the show. They are. But it was time to get them actually like sharing their voice on the show too. So now on Fridays, we're doing a spaces. They come up, we chat about virtuals proposals. We talk about what's been happening over the past week on virtuals too. And it just needed to happen. And here we are. So,
oh man, I'm all about it though. Let the learning begin, brother. Cause I mean, these past 2 weeks since we launched, I'm in a cave. We're building. We are fully locked in. So anything in the outside noise outside of building, man, what's going on right now?
Well, dude, tell you what, give me an update on what you're building in Daredevil real quick. I think that'd be a sweet spot to lead off.
Yeah, man. So yep, ever since the launch came out, we identified pretty quickly the interest that we got from, the traditional Web 2 space. And, like always, we had a ton of meetings, ton of talks, finding a lot of pain points in these companies, at least out here in locally in the Philippines. So we're able to kind of hone in on how we can, I would say, I guess, partner, if you will, with these companies. And it's been great. Things have been moving really fast. And just like what we did when we first launched, when we just wanted to do a stealth launch, we didn't want to bark we didn't want to bark and beat our chest out. We just wanted to slowly build. And that's kind of what we're doing right now. And we got some things lined up that's going to be leading up to Token 2049. And it's going to be some radical stuff that we'll be able to show people on how our product can be applied in the Web3 space. But we are already at the point where we're kind of gathering our inner circle and who's going to be with us as we kind of get this big push out once we kind of go all out after, the first 60 days. And man, I wish I could just lay it out and tell you guys, but
you can.
Yeah, I could, right? I could tell you guys right now. I certainly could, but no, man, just continue to wait, be patient. And, when the time is right, man, we'll let you guys know some of these things. We did release that we are partnered with Red Bull. So obviously Red Bull is going to be cooking with us where some of these activations and campaigns. So that should be already dope enough. Like Red Bull coming into the Web3 space, kind of coming in, working with us and some other folks that we can't release that information yet, but it's going to be pretty cool, man.
Dude, so what's interesting, like, so they've done like a little bit, right? I think they've done the like generative art. I think the Red Bull Racing Velocity stuff. So they've dabbled here a little, but they've never done that. I know anything with AI, nothing in this realm. So
yeah, man. So I think what helped was that, I was with Red Bull already and they knew that I'm a big sports guy. I'm a big gamer and, they're leaning a little bit harder into gaming right now. At least regionally from where I'm at. And this just made sense for them. It was just kind of like all the planets aligned and everything's kind of working out the way it is. And yeah, man, it should be really fun.
Super
for sure.
Cool. Oh, man.
Cool. Very cool stuff.
I can't wait to see you. Keep us updated, dude. And like, come on the show as often as you want. Even if you want to pop in for a 5-minute update or something, like open door always here. So can't wait to hear. And dude, I want to see, I don't even know if it's possible once the platform's like up and running, we can set up some bets or a leaderboard, something to do with the show somehow, some way. We'll do a brainstorm of that. But
Yeah, I know the devs are listening in. I'm usually the guy where I'm like saying some crazy, stupid, visionary shit. Like, devs, you can do this, right? You guys can make this happen,
Like,
right?
I can't believe you just said that. You know, I know how that goes. I'm the kind of that guy. All right, dude, let's set the stage real quick because like it's night and day difference from this time last week to where we're at right now. I mean, freaking starting with Bitcoin being at an all-time high. I think it crossed 118K yesterday or last night. Fuck, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's
go. We're all about it, man. We're believers. So I don't care, man. I knew we're gonna have a pulse this year. I knew these types of things were gonna happen again. So I'm not here to sit almighty and say I knew it from day one, but
you knew it.
We fucking knew it, bro.
We knew it. Stop listening to those guys who were saying it's the end of the cycle and you know you making any bets right now is foolish. There's guys who've been saying that, and some people have been consistently saying, dude, the best part's coming. And we some people were saying it's probably coming this week, all-time high this week. Some of us are nailing this shit. But I'm excited to see how this translates to virtuals kind of bouncing back. It's been it's not rough, but whatever. It's been a little more muted past couple, like month, 6 weeks, maybe. So it's just been different. And with crypto starting to run, I think resuming banana zone, good times, whatever. Like I'm redeploying back into meme coins, dude.
Talk to me. Banana zone.
Dirty.
Talk to my language.
But and even NFTs, I saw, and thank you, Marty. He's probably not listening, but Marty dropped this in DMs for me this morning. Like even Yuga Labs ramping things back up. Gordon Goner tweeting he just saw the roadmap for the next 12 months for apes. He's hyped. Like what else is he gonna say? That he's fucking bearish on apes? But like this gets me excited to know that we're heading into not just a fun couple of weeks and probably not just a fun month or two, but we're probably heading into like a good 12, 18-month stretch, which I think is going to shock a lot of people. But look, I'm gonna roll with that prediction here. I think we've got a really awesome stretch ahead of us, and I don't think it's gonna be a little short window. So buckle up, man.
Oh, I'm all for it. For the new crypto folks in here, boys. You guys have not seen nothing yet.
Yep.
So nothing comparative to what we've seen before. So yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Can't wait. All right, let's look at the market. So we'll do a quick market review. Sure. I do want to peek at the Genesis board. And a quick heads up, guys, because I did tease that we had another guest coming on the show, and we do not. It just kind of came together too late. I will say it's the I got to pull it up because I'll say the name wrong, but AI Ape. They're on the Genesis board right now, right? Their launch is live right now, and TGE is going to happen in an hour and a half here. We just couldn't get the time zone stuff worked out. They will come on next week. But I'm rooting for those guys, and I'm actually way more bullish on that than I was earlier in the week because truthfully, I didn't give it enough attention earlier in the week. I think it's a solid project, so we'll cover that as well here in just a moment. Cool. But yeah, quick look at the market here: $10.84 billion market cap. So the AI sector coming up right along with the rest of crypto, up 8.3%. Love it. And then just peeking at top agents by market cap: Fartcoin, Banker, Rect, Vader, Infinite. Who still wait?
Interesting.
I thought I'm sorted by market cap. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't, dummy.
Okay. So, I was like, what the?
Yeah,
okay.
We haven't had TGE yet, but here we go.
Turbo.
But
Turbo. Look at you go.
Do you remember Turbo? When Turbo?
I remember Turbo. I was in there before. Once upon a time, I was in there.
Like OG. Like that's OG. It's one of the first AI. Period.
OG generative AI. Like I get it. Yeah, I remember those guys.
They're doing it. They're really doing it. All right, I'm not going to read through all these like I typically do, but just reviewing the board again, guys. If you're listening on Spaces, we're live on video as well. But we'll get more into the conversation here in a quick second. And Katz, I'm really glad you're here because I love when we get into the weeds here, especially proposals on virtuals. But also, I do want to chit chat what's going on this past week in virtuals. It feels like it's been kind of quiet, like I don't think any big announcements, but I'm always happy to be reminded of something big I missed, and Katz is good at doing that.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm all for it. I'm so happy to be here, man. I need this update here.
Right, it helps. It helps. All right, so there was our top tokens. Points are live this morning. Something we've all noticed. And Jared, I don't know if you're like playing the point game or not, but like we've definitely noticed points are coming down. We're earning less points a day, and today's same thing. This is like the lowest points I've gotten in months, probably 4,500, which not bad by the way, but.
I like nice political turn right there. What do you think is that attributing to? I'm just curious.
I think they've gotten a lot of feedback that points are becoming worthless because there's so many out there. So I think they're adjusting it. Yeah, I
saw that a little bit.
I mean, dude, especially if I look here, global points distribution, I look at how many points are going out daily. Since I mean, since what we see on the screen, since July 5th, every day is lower. So they are cutting back points. And first I'm like, is that because there's less people here, or are they tweaking the system? I think they're tweaking it again, because I haven't changed what I'm doing at all. In fact, I made my biggest play like 3-4 days ago on Lily. I went all in on points. And I'm like, okay, I should get way more points because I spent way more. Didn't. My points still going down. Dang. So there it is, 218 million points yesterday, which sounds like a lot, but compared to what we're used to seeing, it's we're trending way down here. So
very fascinating. But
yeah,
I'm sure they know what they're doing now. I'm sure they know what they're doing up there.
Do they? I'm with you. I think they do. But okay, I was kind of like, I don't know. Like, I was kind of questioning, do they know? They do. Like, don't get me wrong. They know what they're doing, but we start questioning things. I start questioning just general things when I start looking at the DAO proposals. And like last week, I questioned, why do we have a DAO? I'm not the biggest fan of having a DAO. I want the virtuals team to run this 100%, right?
Me too. Sorry, me too. I'm all for you on DAOs, man. And like, I never had a thing for DAOs. Like, if there's people in position for a reason to be up there, I get like the whole community thing, involvement. But I mean, the thing I keep thinking about is Steve Jobs and this thing that's just been recently coming out with him and Kevin Leary. And Kevin O'Leary's basically saying like, man, Steve Jobs, when I was working with him, he was a fucking asshole. And he would just say things, I don't care what the people think, the kids, the parents, they don't even know what they fucking want until I tell them what they want, and that's the type of leader I want. Like, that's what I want, who running the show. Just like, I'll tell you what you want. I know what you want. All right. And
it's going to say, I love that. Like,
I'll follow that shit. Right. But I get it. There's a time and a place for the community to, have their voice. But for something like this, man, just lead the show. Lead the show, baby. You guys got this.
I mean, dude, I think, again, we touched on it last week, but I think they've done studies of like projects, whatever, run by a group as opposed to by like a founder, leader, whatever. And hang on, you might have a little echo there. I did, at least. And they found that things usually fall apart when it's like run by a community, run by whatever. Like they don't work. There's a couple exceptions there. Like China here is in the like Avagachi, DAO, and that works really well. Those guys are hard fucking core. But the ApeCoin DAO would work.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm with you because I have a traditional way of things. I was in the military. My whole family was in the military. Just about orders and following, listening to the chain of command. It's just there's a place for those types of things, and just as long as the leaders are competent, and they know what the fuck they're doing and talking about, then just enjoy the ride.
With you. All right, then I got to ask Kat something here. If you're around, has your mind changed at all with governance? In the DAO? Again, I'm not like super for it, but Katz, how are you feeling about the DAO? We had 3 passed last week, by the way. We had all 3 that were submitted by the virtuals team. All 3 passed. This week, nothing is going to pass as of right now. Nothing is even close to getting enough votes. Nothing's near quorum. Katz, are you leaning bullish or bearish on the governance stuff right now?
No, it's like we talked about last week. I mean, I even said, like, how is anything going to pass? I mean, virtuals literally had to incentivize and push people to even vote to get their proposals through. I'm like, if it takes that level of, bribery from the protocol, how's any just normal participant's proposal going to pass? Like this, I'm a big proponent of let's have a community council of like known KOLs that really love the space and like can give some input. But then let virtuals run it, man. They've run it to this point. Like we don't need all this.
Amen, bro. I'm with you.
That's it. And what's interesting is I bet you most of us are. Like part of that's being lazy. At least I'll speak for myself. Part of it's being lazy. I don't really want to keep up with all the proposals. I love the ecosystem. Yeah. I don't know if I want to keep up, especially with, and this is one of my main topics, I think, for today. There's so much garbage that's been proposed already. And I'm finding as I'm researching, 90% of the time I'm spending going through it is wasted on garbage proposals. I'm like, I don't like this. This is not fun. It's a waste of my time. And these are not going to pass. So like it feels like a huge waste. It also means there's an opportunity there to clean it up and propose something that cleans it up. But to that point too, about virtuals incentivizing people to vote. I mean, yeah, they're still doing it. There was, let's see, 1.5 million points sent out today for vote. Hang on. Was this for voting? Virgin contribution points. Let me see. That might be for voting for the 10% daily active bonus points. I'm not sure if that's for proposals, but they're going to incentivize proposals. They did it a few days ago, like Katz was saying here. So if you got to incentivize it, if people don't care enough to do it, I think it's a pretty good sign that people just don't want it.
Yeah, writing's on the wall, man. So
yep. So I'm going to pull up a proposal here first, and I'll just put this out there, open-ended, open question for anybody. If there's any proposals you've looked at that have caught your attention, I'm kind of curious about that. But I'm got something on the screen right now to kind of highlight what I mean. Proposal on the screen that says virtuals trade AI agents, and it's got like a 7-sentence description: earn Virgin points and commit meme AI agents. That's it. That's the whole proposal.
That's
waste of time.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Like, what's the point? But again, if it were a one-off, it's going to happen. But the fact that there's probably a dozen proposals that are just as pointless is where I start getting a little annoyed, like a little turned off by the system. Cass, did you have something though that caught your eye?
No. I was gonna,
I love the tone. I love that depressing stuff.
So you already know, like, I've kind of just said, you know what, I'm going to dive into what I like, and proposals ain't it. Like, now, when the virtuals had theirs up and we needed to actually look at them, I dove into those, when we were on the show. There's not a chance any of them are passing, so I'm not wasting my time. Like, I have limited time. I like doing my research and putting out my posts, and like that post I put out yesterday took 6 hours. Like, I don't have time to go through silly proposals that aren't going to pass. Like, I get better things to do with my time, honestly.
Speaking of which, I got to put that on the screen because you put out a couple like really, really great posts here. You did one on using the butler. I thought it was great. You did another on maybe connecting some dots here about InfoFi and a cluster that's maybe come together. Like Arbus is in there. You noticed our Swarm is maybe chatting with Arbus in there too. Pretty cool. I can't confirm or deny. Yeah, I mean it's interesting. So I can't confirm or deny, but you're thinking the way that I've been thinking too. We talk about it very openly on the show. The problem with InfoFi right now is solved by having some some good insights into who's doing what with their tokens. So
that one's my pin. That one's my pin post, and it's the first time EtherMage ever liked one of my tweets. I'm like, all right, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, double down.
So the idea there, JD, just so you know, it's like all these airdrops going through Cato, awesome, right? People are tweeting about stuff, getting mind share, getting airdrops for it, but like everybody dumps those tokens. So kind of like on virtuals with, they give you a penalty if you dump tokens, right? Look, I don't know that there needs to be a penalty with airdrops, but I think you need to find maybe a different kind of person to airdrop to, like guys who have a reputation for holding and supporting. And that's where we're kind of connecting some dots that, we've put out this Copilot tool that tracks wallets and tracks traders by if they're holding, if they're selling, and like what degree of each. And we give traders a reputation then. So what if you do a mindshare campaign, but it's also targeted to, B or B plus or A plus tier traders, which means they hold, they support, they buy. That to me feels like fixes,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, lean on to that, dude. That's something there. You guys said you made this already?
We made it. I'll have to. I got to show you this after. It's so cool. It's so free.
Oh, that's so cool, bro.
But, in fact, I can probably get you access to it as well. Here, I'll even throw it up on the screen for anybody who doesn't know. And I think we've got a lot of our family here, but we did put out. It's a Chrome extension, and right now it works in Gecko Terminal and Dex Screener. And you go to any token here on Base or on Ethereum and more to come, and you've got all these new metrics, right? Intelligence, like how well that person is trading in that token compared to the other traders in the token. So it's a way to find the good traders. If you want to copy trade someone, you find the good traders. It shows their volume, it shows how early they were, how big their bags are, how much they're staking, like tons of stuff. Like 20 different fields. It's a very light look at it, but it's pretty cool, man.
Oh, that's sick, man. Yeah.
But okay, back to governance, and hang on, let me see who's coming up. Oh, I like this guy a lot. Okay, Picasso's coming up. By the way, I see you out there, Steve. Good to see you, man. All right, cool. Welcome, bro.
Hey, while you're bringing more people up, can I just mention about points real quick? I mean, I think there is, Virtual's trying to control it a little bit, but also on the wallets, I like some data, right? And like 2 days ago, there was only 7,500 active wallets. Oh, no, so 6,900, 6,940 active wallets who were doing any trading of at least one token in the Virtual's ecosystem, which was the lowest since May.
Wow.
So, I mean, that has to do with it too, because points are based off trading, right? Like a big point of daily active bonus is trading. And so if you've got drastically fewer wallets, then there's just going to be fewer points, right?
Yeah, what's interesting, because you pointed that out, and when I look at like Whale Intel, unique wallets is growing for sure. Like it's growing slower than it used to, but it is growing. But yes, if daily active, like you're saying, is down to 7,000 or so, yikes. And we feel it. We feel it when we go look at these new Genesis launches that can't get over 1 mil. And even if they get there, they're down to 500,000 or 300K, next day. It's rough out there. That's why I'm hoping the market turning around here, helps Virtuals turn around too. And I think it will. I assume it will, but
that is nuts, man. I'm sorry. I got to ask this again. 6,900?
Ballpark. I think it was like
correct. Ballpark-ish.
Yeah.
Still, even though that's ballpark.
Yeah, that was on the 8th. On the 9th, it came up to 8,100, and then yesterday was over 10,000 again.
Okay.
So we're getting some momentum as things are coming back up. But I'm just saying, it's on the point side. We just don't have. I mean, in the peak, like when we were going crazy, there was 56,000 wallets in a day trading Virtuals tokens. So yeah, we're far off from that.
Damn. Well, I think it's a great sign that, again, something we've talked about. I think the best opportunity, select Genesis launches for sure. The opportunity right now is on secondary and finding teams and projects and products that you're like, oh, okay, that's actually a thing that makes sense. And right now, 200, 300, 400K market cap. And you're like, and this is with like kind of like record low or multi-month low participation. I'm like, what happens when people come back and when traders get money and they can speculate again, what happens. It's not like it's not a maybe thing. And yes, everything's risky, right? But there's some really safe bets in this ecosystem. And I think we all believe, even in the future, how big this can be. There's some really good bets out there right now. There's some really good ones. So I mean, look, I think we're going to see a lot of these agents back in the 10, 20, 50 mil market cap range. And some of these agents are going back to 2, 3, 4, 500 million. It's crazy numbers. We're not used to that just because we're PTSD from the past few months, but that's the numbers we used to see. Those are the numbers, if the best part's still ahead of us, that we're going to see again. And some of those agents are out there right now at probably under 1 mil market caps. Guaranteed some of them are out there.
Oh, they're going to be popping, man, for sure. Like, I know we can't foresee the future, but we've seen this story 100 times over in our industry, right? So it's just in due time. Honestly, it's just in due time when things pick up like that. So,
Jared,
are you watching cartoons, Cats? Cats is watching cartoons. I hear him.
what's that?
Kids are up. My kids are up now. Sorry.
It's all good, dude.
I was just going to say, Jared, I also put out a post, if you didn't see, about how agent tokens are going to be they're going to be making money off of the ACPs via virtual buybacks. So my big theory on which tokens to look at is, ones that are going to be in multiple ACP clusters are going to have more transactions, and the more transactions you have, you get a cut. So
yeah,
these tokens are going to do really well.
Oh yeah, no, 100%, man. Getting in the ACP, I mean, like what you guys are in right now. So I think that's extremely valuable. And once that kind of gets polished out more and time goes by a little bit more and people really figure out what is really happening here on Virtuals with the ACP thing, and ducks are going to fly, man. It's going to be crazy. So it sucks that it seems like, the space goes by so fast, but the days go by slow, right? Especially when, market's down and God, all the people, haters are coming out, and those days seem like they take forever. But man, yeah, we're in a great position, boys. It really feels like that.
It's coming. By the way, Deep Brew, I see you out there. I need to have you guys on the show here. I need you on. So shoot me a DM. I think you guys just ERM had announced a partnership. I think that's you guys. If that's you, super spicy. Yeah, hit me up. I would love to get you guys on here one day. Steve and Picasso, how you guys doing?
GM Hudah, the legend, and GM to Kat, Steve, everybody on here. I'm just doing some deep dive research because the market is a bit, I would use the word optimistic right now. Still focused on ACP, of course, because I believe Virtuous is trying to have the commerce part, like tied into it well. Because, I mean, coming from Web 2 and B2B and ACP, you get my point. I believe once Virtuous figures out how the agents are going to earn and monetize it better, this ACP meta is going to be the biggest thing after Genesis. And Genesis is not dead. It's just everything has to consolidate. So I believe Genesis is like consolidating a bit. And like Katz mentioned, some of these agents are still going to run back to ATH. I was doing a deep dive recently because I joined Virtuals just May. Honestly, I pivoted from, base kind of, but I stayed within the base ecosystem. And I was reading yesterday that Acolyte at some point was less than 200K, and then it ran up to like 50 mil or 20 mil. Excuse my numbers. I wasn't in Acolyte. The earlier, pre-Genesis people, they might know more about this, like Katz and Hudah. But I'm going to do a deep dive into my portfolio today and try to figure out the best performing ACP agents, because I'm looking into the sandbox. I used to work for a software company, so I always know sandboxes are always good to know like who is really building. And I read Kat's nice article yesterday about like the Virgin cluster that Veda is working on. So I'm going to be doing a lot of research the next 3 days. I will be transparent. I might unstake some tokens that are staked on my virtuals that are not building, because I'm going to be doing a deep dive into GitHubs with a project called Go Hacker, I think, Go Hacker AI. It was actually a concept I was looking into, and then it came out, meaning, how like we do tier ratings for like projects, we can do tier ratings for devs. And no disrespect to devs, it's just, I come from a software development background. So I always respect devs that are actually shipping code, because that's how you know if a team is building. A team can tell you they are building, but I'm the type to go check their GitHub. And a lot of Virtuous projects from 2-3 months ago, they're not doing anything. They're all just hype. That's why ACP is the new meta. And big up to Swarm. You guys are shipping stuff every single day. I remember when the Copilot first came out, and I was talking to Hudah about it. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but what Swarm is building, and I mean, I even learned a lot from Swarm from talking to Katz. So Swarm, you guys are positioning yourself well, and I appreciate how you are bringing other ACP and good projects into the ecosystem to Virtuals, so that way we can all gain knowledge. Because yes, the market is turning around, but we need to know what is moving and what's not moving. So thank you for hosting this space, man. Usually do it on the video, but I'm doing some research all weekend, so I was like, let me just join and say hi to the guys, because you guys are power players in this space, and you always do good research and good due diligence. And I believe that is the edge that we, Virtuous ecosystem and Virgin community, need to follow. But everything that is shiny is gold. Even we Africans say that. You get my point, sir. So thank you for having me on here. It's always good vibes with talking with Hudah and Katz. I respect, and Steve as well. Steve's a very knowledgeable person, and big up to Lizzie. She's always dropping gems. MD Wayne always dropping some gems as well. I see Daredevil people on here. I hold some Daredevil as well. I think it's a good project. So yeah, thanks for hosting this space, man. We kind of needed a breather after the crazy macroeconomics we've been dealing with the past few weeks.
Yeah. Right, dude. So appreciate the kind words.
Man.
Like you're awesome. Always love hearing your thoughts and again your kindness.
Hey man, I'm just grinding like everybody else. I believe Virtuous is still in like trenches mode, and it's still 1999.
You know what's cool? The cool thing is like all the buildings happening, with Virtuals and their products, but behind the scenes. And sometimes I share some of this publicly too. But just know that all the projects, all like the big names about, are all talking to each other about what they can build together, right? For Virtuals too, but also outside. There's a lot of building happening. So it's like
correct about that,
dude. It's part of what makes me realize
that the protocol needs to connect. In computer science, we call it the handshake. Just shaking hands. So what I'm even going to do, and big up to Katz, I'm going to be studying the sandbox today. I just have an infatuation for sandboxes. I used to work at a B2B company where I used to test Shopify and Amazon and all, but just beta testing stuff. So I might play around in the sandbox today and just educate myself because, yes, everybody wants to make money, but if you learn the tech, it can help you make money. And I've been playing around with Axelrod as well. And I'll drop you some alpha on Axelrod. I was in a space with the dev recently, and they're rolling out some cool stuff. They actually have their own AIXVC website where you can do copy trading. You can work with Axel and do some nice hedge fund stuff. So they did say they were going to be revamping their AIXVC website. And I still believe Axelrod is the head of ACP when it comes to the commerce end. But I believe the autonomous media guys, they're going to come in as well. Yep. I mean, no disrespect to Lily, I still think Lily Turner is still going to be a big project because there's a niche for it. Regardless of us even talking about like the functionality part of stuff. Like I look at all these things as like, and big up to Nick Place. I learned this from him. I have to give him his flowers. When I first joined Virtuals, I didn't know how everything was connecting. So I asked Nick Place a very important question, and he said, study the clusters. So that's all I've been trying to learn because knowledge is the power. Yeah, we all want to make money. I mean, look at Swarm. Look at what you guys are building. Like that data set, like Dex Screener looks way cooler with what you guys have now. That's just my 2 cents. I'm very critical. I believe in constructive criticism, and you guys are building, man. And I believe this season of Virtuals is where we're going to separate the builders and the hype people. Yes, hype is good to get attention, but if you want to use hype, use it wisely, meaning use the hype to build. Don't use the hype to just get attention, and then you're gone. You know, that's just my 2 cents, guys.
Yeah. Dude, I couldn't agree more.
I've not spoken in English in like 2 weeks because I've been learning, and this is my first time speaking, and I just want to just put it out.
Fucking dropping bars, bro. I'm loving it, man.
I'm trying, man.
I'm dropping bars on here.
And then I'm locked in Virtuals project, and I'm locked in real life project. But I still believe in the Virtuals, and big up to Virtuals for tying everything with game and Butler, because that was the question a lot of the guys had, like people like Nick Place, Big Will, even though I don't get along with him, we're only human. Gun, you know, everybody just wanted a way for this to like be seamless. That's the word I was looking for. So, you know, I believe in Virtuals. I mean, you guys have been in Virtuals way before me. So I hope that this ecosystem keeps going. I mean, yes, the market is nice, but I believe Veda as well is doing something great with trying to tie the community together, because community is key as well. And the guys at CryptoSlam with Hudah, thank you for what you guys do, man. I'm always excited to learn from you guys because knowledge is the true power. And then, you know, the money part always makes sense when you understand the tech. That's the way I look at it. But, you know, everybody has their own ways. And if you have any questions for me or the guys, I'm always open to, you know, share knowledge. And I'm always open to learn. I've learned a lot from Katz. I've learned from Steve. I've learned from Hudah. Even Lizzie on here, I always read her stuff. So it's good that we're having this type of pop-ups because we are all trying to learn. And Virtuals is going to be great again. I think Genesis is going to be back. And you are correct. Trading secondary sometimes helps because you know how that goes. So thank you for letting me speak, man. I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to wish everybody a beautiful weekend. You will get more yapping points on the weekend because everybody's out touching grass.
Ah, smart.
So I might be yapping this weekend more because, like, you know, it's been a long week for me, and I always try to share good knowledge for everybody because I look at Virtuals as like the trenches that made it, because I see a lot of trenches in Virtuals. I mean, even when I first joined, there was this part where you could get trenching points. I think they've changed that a bit. So the governance part, you know, is good. I voted for the 3 ones. But I'm still going to review some of it because some of it is very ambiguous. And I believe the core contributors are the ones that should be putting those proposals.
Yeah. Well,
because they know more about it.
Speaking of the proposals, hang on. I want to make sure I keep us moving a little bit here. But speaking of proposals, by the way, thank you for all the thoughts. I love hearing your takes on this stuff.
Man, you're the best, Hudah. Thank you for having me, boss.
Oh, dude, anytime, every time, you know this. But we're going to go over some of these proposals. And in fact, I mean, some of them, like literally just a few, because there's nothing that's going to pass. Nothing.
Why do you think that for? The first three passed, though, right? The core contributor ones, right?
I mean, those passed, right? So those passed, those are over and done. So now it's like wave two, and I'm just scrolling through right now, right? And it's a good point.
Okay, boss, I'll listen. Let me mute.
All right, yeah, chime in whenever those still. And Steve, if you want to say GM, like hop in anytime here.
Yo, GM.
It's good,
Yeah, I'll just say a quick word. It's good. I'm loving the virtual space, man. And, you know, I'm kind of new to yapping, to be honest. I was, because of the area of Web3 I wasn't in. But, you know, there's so many different leaderboards and whatnot. And I'll just double down on virtuals. And it's paying off. I think I got the most virtuals yapping points I've ever got. And I'm not like heavily replying or anything. I'm just trying to, you know, do better at researching and sharing and just like helping out projects. Like I got hold of Sentry, the Sentry founder, and I've been messaging him and just being like, hey, like there's this little thing you could tweak, and like, you know, here's just some thoughts. And you know, because I come from like a marketing background, so that's been pretty cool. And yeah, good to be here. And I'll shut up now, and you can get on with the focus for the space.
Dude, you're awesome. I saw that you do some marketing stuff. I'm gonna have to hit you up because I'm not good at that, but you are. So we're gonna have to chat. So okay, I'm gonna scroll through some proposals. Again, I said it a few times. Nothing's gonna pass, and so as I'm scrolling through, I just want you guys to be aware of like how poorly these are doing. I think what I have on the screen right here is the proposal with the most votes. Maybe most votes total, but like definitely most positive votes. We've got one to increase Virgin Point allocation to virtual stakers from 20% plus an airdrop system. And what they actually did is take two separate proposals that both did, you know, decent, but not enough to pass. They combined them into one proposal now. It still doesn't have enough. This thing right now has got, let's say, 250,000 votes on it total. These have to have like 4 million. Now, it might be a little lower now if points have come down. I don't have my numbers exact here, but it is closer to like 4 million. It's not close. And this thing, let's see, if this started on the 8th, these are open for 3 days. So today this is going to end. Not going to get it. And that's the top proposal out there right now. It's brutal.
4 mil?
4 mil. It's like a percentage, right? Actually, this one has more. Actually, that's ended though. Yeah, it's a percentage.
I don't think any of them is gonna pass. Honestly, Hudah. I think the first 3 they put out, they need to just implement that and see how people react to it, and then they can like do like a second wave of core contributors. Because anybody will believe a core contributor than a community member, and that's just me being honest. Because core contributors, they have more knowledge than we community members. They've put in probably more work than we have, even though everybody is a grinder. So if none of those passes, I believe virtuals might just like start, what's the word? Maybe they'll do like a few other core ones just to get the participation and the visibility. Yeah. Because most people are still trying to figure out how to vote for the VV virtual part. Because virtuals drops updates like every 5 seconds, man.
Yes, dude. Yeah. Yes. Well, I mean,
even
funny.
This morning, the biggest one I saw this morning, I even put on your Jumbotron. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I think Grayscale is investing in virtual, bro. Like that's alpha right there. It's on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, I saw that as well. That's insane.
Someone DM me that.
That's insane. And virtual and AI XBT are on their list.
The topic, but that's what I'm trying to that's this morning, because when I know Grayscale is Michael Saylor, right? That's that big Bitcoin guy.
That's
Am I correct? Sorry, I just woke up. My brain is still booting up.
I mean, Grayscale, not Saylor, but they're a fund manager, right? They've got ETFs. That's very interesting.
Sorry if I'm mixing Saylor with Grayscale, but all I know is I've heard of Grayscale before, and they're not no small time guys.
I see it right now. By the way, I'm going to throw it up on the screen. Sammy's got.
I put it on the Jumbotron. Hey, it's Friday, man. We might as well give people some alpha, man. People love alpha.
So that's right. Okay, so now they've released one of these before. They have done a report on the crypto AI sector. So this is maybe their second time doing it. If this is new, and I think it is. And let's see. They're actually mentioning, to your guys' point, they're mentioning virtuals. Really interesting.
So I read it this morning, and my brain is like, what is going on? So I need to do more research.
This is why, dude, especially when it's slow, people better not disengage from this stuff. You better not think virtuals is over. You better not think the best happened and we're done, because this is who's looking at virtuals and agents and the money that they have that people are investing through them. We're talking in the are we talking maybe in the trillions? Does Grayscale do that much? I'm not sure, but it's that kind of numbers.
Grayscale is at least billions, because I know virtuals is what, 2 billion market cap. If Grayscale wants to do any business with virtuals, they are going to scale virtuals. Let's just put it that way.
And I also saw yesterday, this is random, I'm going to pull it up, but I believe Coinbase just had like an AI agent hackathon. I'm gonna find that and bring it up. But like this stuff is like,
speaking of
dude, very
Coinbase,
beginning.
man, I might as well just give you all the alpha on that. You know, Mamo was a stealth launch.
Yes.
I didn't even know how that worked. I was still learning how virtuals work. When Mamo dropped, Mamo was like the coolest drop. It was like some type of prototype. And I think the X team was on Coinbase or something. All I know is I've been studying Coinbase because I'm a big Base guy. I love Base. I think Base is doing something awesome. So what I noticed is Mamo would be incorporated as a mini app in the Coinbase wallet because I signed up to get the Coinbase wallet beta. So Coinbase is rolling out a lot of mini apps, and with these mini apps, they're gonna integrate Mamo in it. And Mamo is, if you've heard of Mamo, it's an ACP agent. Katz knows all about. I look at Katz as like the ACP Don. So the 6 agents in ACP cluster for the ones that do most of the transactions. I believe if Mamo enters the Coinbase wallet as a mini app, you never know where ACP is headed because Mamo is actually all I know is the guys that built Mamo, they have huge connections to Coinbase.
Well, you see it right in the article I have on the screen. It actually is mentioning Mamo right here. So you're spot on right there. Yep. So
I've been researching Mamo since, sir, you're going to laugh. The funny thing about Mamo is we Virgins got it as an airdrop for Odin Virgin. And I claimed mine. I was like a little bit of it, but I need to buy more. That might be one of my stealth buys this week because it was a stealth launch. But they've been building, bro. I even tested out their 10 where you put USDC and it will help you yield it. So I believe Mamo is going to do well in that ACP cluster. So if you guys are big on ACP, just focus on the agents that are actually generating, like Kat said, because all these revenues would be used to grow the ecosystem. So thanks for the Mamo post, man. I need to go read that now.
I'll send it to you.
For the active ACP agents, I was just having a look today. I'm curious what you guys think. So there's 2 major clusters, right? And then because I haven't kind of dug into the sandbox and I'm definitely not tech savvy, but looking at, there's 2 major clusters I would call the financial cluster and then the content cluster. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the content cluster looks like the agents have generated more income through the butler. People seem to be using that more, I guess, because it's easier to just kind of create content from it. But I'm curious which cluster you guys are more bullish on and which ones you feel mainly focus on in within those clusters.
Yeah, JD, chime in here. I'm curious your thoughts. I am, because I'll share mine after, but I'm curious your thoughts. Okay, 2 clusters, one that's trading, like an autonomous trading DAO hedge fund, versus a cluster that will create video content, help you write tweets, and which has got more appeal? What do you see doing better?
I would my instinct is for the trading ones. I understand the purpose for, the posts and the things that you were just describing, but a lot of that is out there already available. A lot of that is really out there now. Not to say that it's not out there for the trading ones, but I think just for the space that we're in, I would like to lean harder into the trading ones. That's just my thoughts.
No, that's interesting. Okay. Short term, I think, okay, I kind of question it as I'm saying it out loud. Initially I thought the trading DAO, because I think that this stuff is so disruptive to DeFi and it changes DeFi. If these things are autonomously making money or making it easier for you to make money, changes DeFi. It's going to get just going to be massive. And I still think that happens. But I don't know. Suddenly I see these content agents and I realize, look, everybody's trying to make content. Everybody wants to be able to make video. Everybody wants to tweet better. And if this can do it well, it's just
we're in the attention economy, right? We're in the attention economy. I get that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so in tune with, content creator, being an influencer, and I've always been something like this public figure that maybe I've just seen it too much in my face.
Well, this is probably really weak compared to the content you're used to seeing, because you've got partners and you're surrounded by people who are excellent, top tier content creators. That's your jam, that's your world in a way. And this is not good. Even the agent teams are saying it's not good yet. Just be aware, this is beta still, right? So
maybe I'm just leaning hard into the trading thing, just because, just from my bird's eye view, at least again here regionally in Southeast Asia, when you're mixing them in trading and betting, traditional betting platforms, and utilizing AI to work with these betting companies, there's a big gap still. And a lot of them are misinformed of what they think AI is. They just think immediately ChatGPT type of shit, to be honest. And they are just slow to realize how big AI is really out there right now, and how it can really be applied to these types of betting companies for their benefit too, not just the users in itself. So that's why I'm just kind of leaning more harder in trading. Like once they kind of figure that out, and they see how that can be applied to them and how it could benefit their users, but at the same time benefit them at the same time, man, the shit's gonna fly.
Yep.
So I think that's why I'm more in tune with leaning towards a trading vibe.
I like it. I mean, and ultimately they're both going to do well, and there's different audience.
Right.
That shit, maybe there's a lot of overlap too. I just can't wait to see it truly autonomous. And this is setting the stage for a posting to bring up later, but I want to see tokens launched and then traded, and then the content cluster making content for the agents that launched a coin, like wild shit like that. Katz, what are you thinking here?
Short-term trading, long-term content. But here's the thing, like everybody's so focused on what's going on right now, which sure, I mean, I am too, right? But I'm all about big picture, right? And Virtuals is going to have an app. The butler will be normie onboarding easily. When you can just get on an app, pay with credit card for an AI to do whatever for you, and the cost comes down and all that. Look, you know, Jared, you're great at this stuff, but like I can't even figure out how to friggin' prompt ChatGPT well enough to get an image I like, right? Like, so everybody has different skill sets.
I get it, right? Yeah, I totally get it.
And yeah, so I mean, as this comes, I mean, Base is all teasing this TBA announcement on the 16th. Like, Base is about to take over. Base is the normie onboarding, right? Why do you think Vader and Billy Betts are moving to Base? Like, everybody's coming off Sol to come to Base because that's where the AI sector is getting built.
Yeah.
And they can onboard normies like this stuff. And so when you're talking normies, you're not talking people who play in DeFi. You're not talking people who have a lot of expendable income to go put into investing in an AI bot, you know, trade for it. Now, that's great for us, but like, you know, even like Picasso was talking about AI XVC, well, you're going to have 500,000 AXR to play with that right now. I don't know too many of us that have 500,000 Axelrod, but it's cool. And seeing the demos of it's awesome, but it's just not that's an elite level thing more than a normie level thing. So I just think long term, like content is king, and if normies can get it easily, the future's really bright in that.
Love it, dude. Hands up.
Love it.
I mean,
oh, I'm sorry for interrupting, dude. I want to piggyback, bro. Like, I think this has to be my last words. I have a cold stop. I got to hop on another interview or meeting, if you will. But dude, you nailed it. You said these three words, and I hear it all the time with big companies, content creators, just in general. Content is king, and everyone needs content. Big companies, small companies, organizations, it doesn't matter. They all need content. So you couldn't be more correct on that, man. You're making me lean towards more of the content creators now, to be honest.
Well, I imagine we're all going to flip flop like kind of daily on this stuff because I mean they're both that important. So dude, boogie whenever you have to, and like fucking love you joining here. So thank you.
Hey, thanks for letting me vibe with you, man. You guys, thanks for letting me ramp and vibe with everyone else who's listening. I really appreciate that. Brother, love to be on here with you and just jam out and talk story and talk the vibes of what's going down in our industry and our community. So thank you for having me again, man. It was a pleasure.
Love it. Let's do it again soon, and we're gonna get Henry on one of these shows.
Get that motherfucker on here, man. Let's do it.
Love it, dude. Love it. Have a great weekend, man. Go see Superman.
You, bro.
Do that.
Have a good one, guys. You guys have a good day over there on that side of the world. Later.
Awesome. Peace, brother.
Peace, bro.
All right, guys, we're gonna still hang on and we're still gonna chat. Let me get my screen situated. Anybody who had some thoughts or replies there, feel free to chime in here.
Yeah, go ahead. I think
no, you go first because you had your hand up first. So
okay, no problem, brother. Hey, man, thanks for reaching out to me. Big up to Steve. I always look at your TA stuff because I don't have time to check TA sometimes because I'm doing other stuff. But I love your TA analysis, man. I think Beta is gonna still go up. Yes, you guys are correct. I look at it as 50-50 because content is key, but data is king as well. You need content. Everybody needs content. That's how you get attention. That's how you get visibility. You are correct. The autonomous media house, they are still fine-tuning it. But, we as humans, we all think, how can we monetize things? So I'm going to give it a 50-50. I think the revenue generating part and the autonomous part, they have to go hand in hand. That's just my 2 cents. It's like your left and your right hand. Because look at Virtuals. Look at how they rolled out ACP. They actually had a guy with this cool ass video. And that was why I was like, okay, ACP is out. Imagine if they just put a text and said ACP is out. You get my point. So I think it's a 50-50, guys. I think, yes, the agents are going to make us money or figure out how to make money with themselves. However, the agents need content as well to, put out, Infofy. Because Infofy, I think, is the new meta. And big up to ARBUS. They are Arbors. They are a Virtuals natively built Infofy space. And I believe they're going to be part of the Virgin cluster. So big up to Katz. He's been covering a lot of like ACP and Virgin cluster. And big up to Vader as well. You guys know I'm a big Vader guy because I believe Vader is putting the community together where people can understand how ACP works to the butler. And you were talking about how normies and stuff. So I'm just hoping one day we have like an ACP Virtuals app. I'm talking iOS. I'm talking Android or, whatever operating system people use, which is mostly iOS and Android. And Katz, you are correct. I'm hoping, well, we are in 1999, technically, in the AI world. I'm hoping that maybe in the next year or two, and that's why I stick by Virtuals for 2 years, honestly. Virtuals is moving well. Maybe Coinbase adopts Mamo, which they will. They put it on the mini app. It gets more visibility. And one day, you never know, Virtuals is launched directly on Coinbase. And I still believe Virtuals and Coinbase, they are going to do good business in the future. So the TBA app, I think, is just the tip of the iceberg. Because look at that as like good visibility for Virtuals. I mean, Mamo is his own entity, his own agent. They have good Coinbase connections, and they are part of ACP as well. So next week is going to get interesting. And I'll be honest with you guys, I took some profits. I'm in GDO right now, so I will be back next week.
Oh, no. I by the way, I always like to point out, too, that connection between Coinbase or Base and Virtuals is there like deeply in the Virtuals Partners Network. They've got the head of hang on. But it's deep. It's like the head of AI and DPIN is one of the VPN builders, contributors. So they have a Base team member literally in the Virtuals.
I didn't know that.
It's deep. They are absolutely cooking together. You see the little signs of it. So yeah.
I need to do some more GitHub checks today. Go Hacker AI is my play of the week. I would be honest, I did take some profit on it. I'm in GTO because of it. But the reason is I do still believe in the project, and they are going to be doing like a way of GitHub, like so you can check like, okay, this project, they're putting out stuff, they're dropping things, they're doing this, they're doing that. And next week is going to be very interesting. That's why I'm waiting for what Coinbase is going to do, what ACP is going to do, and what Virtuals is going to do. So I think next week is that. This week is the tip of the iceberg. So guys, keep researching, man, and big up to Steve. I think he's next. Let me go back on mute.
Love it, dude. By the way, I threw up on the screen here real quick a tweet from Virtuals from, a few months back, April 30th, actually. AI on Base is growing, and Virtuals protocol is where it builds. We're proud to welcome Luca Curran, head of AI and DPIN at Base, to the Virtuals Partners Network. So again, there's a very close thing going on here.
Wow, dude, I joined Virtuals 2 days after that. That's why I don't have this information. Big up with it.
It's a big thing.
I joined Virtuals May 3rd. I'll never forget.
There you go.
Thank you for
magic moment. Magic moment.
Yeah, I just knew something was coming. Some guy kept talking about Tiber, and I don't know what Tiber does. I can't even say it right. TIBBIR. He just kept talking about it. Even Vader always laughs at the Tiber people because he claims they have like the strongest community. Because I still don't know what Tiber does, but I know it's part of like Ribita Finance or Ribita Capital. So big up to Tiber. That was why I joined Virtuals, and big up to Swam. I think Katz joined Virtuals because of Swam. So Swam, I'm still bullish on, dude. Like my Swam bags, I'm not even looked at it.
Love it, dude. Love it. All right, Steve, jump in here if you had something.
Yeah, I think the thing that Kat's kind of touched on is like, where's the need, right? What's the thing that people are actually going to use? And I think like it's an interesting dynamic because you're going to have, when I was just looking at it today, like you have some agents that are like quite cheap and affordable, and then you got other agents that is like, what? You're going to put like $100, $200 just to use the agent? Like, so there's going to be a huge dynamic of, you know, who's actually going to use these agents. And I think when it comes to the financial ones, when I think they're going to come up, like go up when basically whales come in, right? When they start looking at this ecosystem and going, oh, I can use this agent to do this. And maybe that happens when things are a bit more mature. So I don't know, maybe in the short term, I'm just kind of talking out loud right now, but this logic to me says the short term, maybe the content stuff might kind of have a short-term pump, but then financials might have that, you know, big whale pump. And then obviously we'll see as time goes on.
I love it, dude. Spicy shit incoming, by the way. All right, so I want to hit two more things here, and we're just going till whenever, right? Because Friday we start the show an hour earlier. We're going till we feel like stopping here. But I want to get back to proposals briefly. Again, there's not much to talk about there, but I want to touch on one of those proposals. And then I want to dive into AI Ape. That's an hour left to commit your points. I'm curious. Actually, maybe we start there. Who's committing to AI Ape? Anybody here in chat? And I'll even reset the room here just for a minute. We're streaming video over on YouTube, and we're on Abstract and X. And then the Spaces is over on my account on X. So it's just a heads up if people are looking for what's happening where. It's all the same show, but in a couple spots. So if you want to join the chat, come over and find me on X at Hudah_idiot. But the live video stream is over on the Swarm_AI. So just a heads up about where we're at. In the chat, though, let's say over on YouTube especially, one in the chat if you're planning to pledge to AI Ape. I'm trying to get a feel for this one because I didn't think at first. Look, when I put out my list earlier in the week of the ones to be paying attention to, the ones I thought were going to, you know, make it bond, it wasn't there. It probably should have been now that I see they have a VPN, you know, partner. But I didn't have it on my list, and here it is at 206%. So they've made it. How high can it go? And let me see. Gravity's saying he's going to pledge because he's got some points expiring. Mike Bennett also is doing it. And guys, like, as I, you know, dove back into it, really solid, like really, really solid. So I can't wait to get them on to chat about it. But also here on Spaces, any of you, thumbs up in the chat if you're planning to commit to it. Looks like we got someone who wants to come up. Who is it? Cheyenne. Hope I'm saying that right. Welcome. Should be up in a second here. I should commit. I might commit. The reason I even hesitate a little bit here, it's back to the beginning with points. I'm getting so much fewer points now where, look, when I spent 150K on Lily, I'm like, okay, it's going to take me about 15 days to get back up. It's not now. It's going to take me probably double that. It's probably going to take me a month to get back to 150K points with how slowly they're coming in now. So I don't know. What's up, man? Cheyenne, you're up. Let me know if I'm saying your name right, but welcome.
Can you hear me?
I gotcha.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this one's interesting. I can't really say it's interesting from the tech or the use case, what they're building, but they're certainly interesting because when you pay attention to their socials, right, it's slowly climbing, and they actually are one of the very few agents with a community, right?
I'm going to pull up their accounts because you're right. That was one of those things that like kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, oh, wait. They do have some legit builders here, and they have legit followers, and they have something. I think I just missed it somehow earlier. So I'm going to pull up all the team's accounts here for people to see. They do have a community. It's a good shout right there. All right, here we go, loading. This is their co-founder.
Sorry, which agent are we talking about?
We're looking at AI Ape.
AI Ape, all right.
Yep. And to me, this one was kind of under the radar. For me, it was at least. I mean, clearly, you know, there's thousands of people now that have committed to it, so not under the radar for them. 2,700 participants, which is not bad. But I see a guy like Mark here with 13,000 followers and some good mutuals there too. Venus, where are you at? Venus has got the account suspended, but here's Jin King, almost 30,000 followers. And then who do we have? Is this May? But 27,000. These are people that, again, following matters if it's actually people engaging and paying attention, all that. But it's not one of these ones that's, got somebody you've never heard of that's launching it. And further on to your point, concept looks solid. It really does. I can't wait to chat with them, because what they're doing ultimately is building like trading bots. And there's like specifically, guys, trading bots. They're not building trading agents for you. It looks like you're using an agent to launch a bot. But you are ultimately using a bot. I want to hear from them why, when we're at this like agentic thing that's happening now, why the decision to use a bot as opposed to agents, and like, what's the difference? Why better maybe, right? So things I would like to learn from them still. But when I look at their roadmap, I look at their plans, it looks like maybe you can even trade the bots, or if you launch a bot, maybe other people can use your bot. Maybe you're paid. I'm just throwing out things that I'm like wondering here, but they're a lot further along than a lot of these projects that I look at in Genesis, as in they seem to have a vision going forward. So I do like this. I probably will put some points to it. Mike Bennett, 20% to AI Ape. It's a good chunk, man. Yeah, I mean, and again, further on, it looks really solid. So hoping they're on next week, by the way. I think we'll make that happen. But on the screen, I'm just sharing their, their materials, their roadmap, kind of their light paper here. But they got a plan. I dig it.
Yeah, I'll give them their flowers. They've been building well, because I did a bit of a research on them. And I might just throw a couple of something at it, on one of my alt wallets, because I'll be honest with you guys, it's been too competitive lately. So I might throw something at it. It's over 2,000, almost 3,000 participants. Yeah, I like how they are trying to make, because most people love trading bots as opposed to AI agents. Some people, like Telegram bots. Some people use WhatsApp bots. It might be an interesting thing. I might just give them the benefit of the doubt. And they do have a virtual supporting partner, and they are a verified project, I believe. So yeah.
Yep. What's interesting there, but dude, here's what's so interesting. Before ACP came out, Virtuals came out and said, guys, they were setting expectations lower for ACP. They said, guys, everything in ACP you could do more efficiently, faster, whatever, with a bot. Like, they said that. They just want to make sure people understood that ACP is going to be like a little slower, and because it's so early in designing this. But then we see this bot kind of project come out, and hey, again, Virtual said those will be more efficient. And also I got a comment about Dead real quick. My buddy Dead, great friend, I love you, man. Dead claimed his 100 points today, and his total points went from 320 to 220. Dude, what the fuck is up with your account? It feels like you've always had like your account's always been goofed up, right? Am I wrong, or have you always had some funny account stuff? Yeah, his points dropped today after he claimed his points, dude. Sorry, man. Not cool. We need a full-on reset for you, man. Anyways, there's another agent that popped up on the board today, and I've not looked at this yet, but something new that if it was there, it didn't catch my eye, yesterday, day before, but CharX. So CharX World is a dynamic realm where AI characters live, change, and interact across stories, simulations, and games. Each one's uniquely designed with traits, memory, behavior ready to be owned, shaped, blah, blah, blah. So some kind of narrative thing. Is this similar to maybe Ava? Some kind of narrative agent ecosystem with personalities. This sounds like it's kind of a Ava type play. So kind of interesting. I'll definitely be watching something like that. No virtual partner on this. And not a lot of followers on these accounts too. We'll look a little more, but actually hang on. Yeah, no, actually, I think this is one to kind of keep an eye on. We'll dig into this more next week. We're 7-8 days off from it, but okay, I'm looking at CharX now. Interesting. Any other thoughts, guys, on either AI Ape or any of the Genesis launches that are coming out even over the next few days here? And by the way, what we have coming
I'm looking into AI Ape now, and I'll give them their flowers, man. Like, these guys, I'm looking at their project details. They actually detailed it like a workflow with a whole bunch of pictures and stuff. I might literally ape into this, man. I mean, it's Friday. I'm feeling bullish. I might just throw just a little something at it, because I always look at teams that take time to at least document, and I like paying attention to details.
Dude, best time to get in is like when the market's just starting to pick up. Like, right? Do you feel the euphoria coming back?
20 minutes,
Perfect
I'm
time.
pledging to this thing, man.
Perfect.
I just need to read what I'm reading right now. I see Core API, MPL Engine, X API, AI Ape Web App. I'm not trying to shield them, but I look at a team as like if they put project details and they actually put images, that is a team that is trying to build. You know, I'll give them their flowers. Like they actually put a detail in their thing. I'm reading some stuff about CoinGecko API, Moali's API. Not bad, not bad. I think they have potential.
There's something
And,
there.
you know, yeah, you never know. And I'm looking at their tokenomics. It looks like they are even doing a community airdrop 3%, and they have a cliff 75 days. They have a public sale. Man, I will give them their, and then their roadmap. See, this is very, very nice. They actually put an image of their roadmap on the project detail so people can see that. And that is a nice, look, I'm an attention to detail guy. I used to be a software tester. I still am heavily. So it's these little things that people do that I always know that at least they are putting in the work.
Dude, it shows their experience, right? It does. It speaks to the team's like quality.
This is the first time today, I'm sorry to cut you off. This is the first time I've seen a virtual project put images on their description. I might have seen it before and ignored it, but the fact that they put it, because you know how sometimes you got to go to the website to read the roadmap and go find the white paper and all that. This stuff is right here on their roadmap in a picture. Yeah, I'm gonna throw something like this, man. Just, you know, I like what I'm seeing. And they also have, they're going to even be working with, in Q3 2025, they are going to have AI input optimization, terminal log, community building, Cato integration, token launch, mindshare mining, staking function. These guys are trying to build, and I'll give them their flowers, because I read recently that about 25 projects on virtuals, and I don't want to name any of them, they just launched and disappeared. A guy did an analysis of it, and I owe some of these projects. No disrespect to the devs, but I've gotten into it with some of the devs, and I will mention one of it. His name is AI Cat. One day, this guy went and withdrew his own tokens, and he was in jail. And I didn't say anything. He was tweeting about it. So I hit him up. I said, why were you going to do something like that? You are a dev. Why are you trying to mess people up? Next thing, he kicked me out of his community. I think that project is one of the projects that was put on a list of inactive by a researcher recently. Because somebody did a big research on like maybe 75 projects. And the reason I sometimes tackle these devs is I come from a software development background. Forget that I love music and I might post my music. I mean, I'm working on a music project. I know when people are building, and you look at this space, Hudah, it changes every second. Today we hear this, tomorrow we hear this. And the way we can gauge it is by looking at people who are either building or trying to build. And that's just my 2 cents. So big up to AI Ape. It's Friday, I might just ape into this. I'm not going to put a lot, I might just put 1,000 points and some virtuals just to support the fact that at least they've put in the work of putting in like a lot of details on even their description and stuff. So
Love
big
it.
up to them, man.
Yes, dude, supporting builders, respect, like crazy respect, because we throw away so much on like throwaway projects, you know, like you were saying. It's great seeing people support builders. Those guys definitely, they definitely look like that. All right, I'm going to bring us maybe towards the end here. Of course, anybody's welcome to chime in with whatever still, but I do want to get back to one proposal that still stands out for me. There's really two. Like, I do want to show like one of the top proposals, but the thing that's really standing out to me touches on, I mean, dude, the thing that I was kind of complaining about at the start, the really low quality proposals out there. I must have missed what this proposal on the screen, but I'll read off the proposal, by the way, so people know what I'm talking about. It is it's titled "No Cap on Proposal Submissions: Protecting DAO Freedom and Innovation." Description here: in response to a recent suggestion advocating a cap on the number of proposals a contributor can submit within a specific time frame, I respectfully submit this counter proposal. I strongly oppose any artificial limit on proposal submissions. Okay, so I'll kind of leave it there. I'm sorry, like I probably agree with him, the spirit of this, but going through all the garbage proposals, all of them, and I mean it, like I'm in my feels about this a little bit. I'm a little annoyed, frustrated about how many garbage proposals I had to read through to get to the few that were decent. There does need to be some kind of limit. I think, right? There's some middle ground solution here. I don't think you should be limiting people, but you have to limit the people who are just putting something up there to put something up there. My God, like a couple we showed earlier, a 1 sentence, description that just says earn version points and commit meme AI agents. That should never make it to where it can be voted on, or there needs to be a process where the votes are then, curated, and you have a page like the core contributor votes, something that tags different ones that they're maybe community curated, something like that. There's room there. But I would love to hear people's thoughts on this. If you have any, should these be limited? Should you be able to put in endless proposals just because you're a virtual staker? And if, regardless of the answer, how do we get this to surface the quality stuff? A show like this is part of it, but I still think there's an on-platform way. So curious if anyone has thoughts about that. I'm sure Katz has thoughts. And if not, all good. Wow, Dead just put some points to, I'm assuming to AI Ape, huh? I'm assuming to AI Ape. I like it. I like the play. Again, I don't know what the solution is. I just know, and I'm going to go back to the main page. I just know that this kind of sucks. That my only barometer to help see what's a good quality proposal is just number of votes. That's it. And I'm still clicking into some of them, and some of them are also kind of junk, kind of not as bad as that other one I showed, right? But at a glance, I can't find the quality stuff. So I'm going to propose, maybe not officially here, but I'm going to propose some kind of community curated toggle. So just like you can toggle on core contributors only, would love a toggle for, let's say, virtual community selected, curated proposals. Something like that, just to pull, because look, if we have a problem with people engaging, if I'm frustrated and I'm also I'm gonna put in the work, I'm frustrated, I'm still gonna do it and talk about this stuff. How many people are not gonna go take the extra steps that I am? How many people are gonna go in and click through 3 garbage proposals and then leave the page and not even go find the good stuff? It's happening. I guarantee it's happening. So I'm gonna suggest the community committee, and the community committee is helping to curate the DAO. There we go. I think that's, as of right now, best solution. I don't know if it's final, but that's to me the solution for now. In fact, maybe that is something I should propose. What do you guys actually? What do you guys think of that? Is that a proposal people would vote for? A new toggle that has, let's say, it establishes a community committee, and to start, all that committee is doing is curating the proposals. I like it. I like it. I see a heart out there at least, so somebody likes it. I think that's couple. All right. I think that's it. I think I will get in a proposal about that. Yeah. Be wild if it passes, huh? Then it's a whole other thing to figure out who the committee is, but we'll tackle that later.
I want to suggest the guy that built the Dune thing, JD, the guy you were just talking to, JD Hyper. Maybe, I don't know if it's him, but there's the guy that built this Dune dashboard for virtuals. He will be the best for that community. I think his Twitter's JD Hyper. So I don't remember his Twitter.
That's familiar.
But that's a good suggestion, because you don't just want people just throwing any proposals out there. I mean, yes, once in a while, a community member could come up with a strong proposal, but there has to be a way to like a funnel. You get my points. Yeah, so that's a good idea, sir. I second it.
All right, so now the brain's turning, and I've got an idea. I think what it should be, part of it, the community committee, and I've got some names in mind of who should be on it, and I also think part of it should be once a week. They are on this show, or we have a whole separate show where once a week we do a show that's just on these proposals. So we curate them, we put the toggle on the screen, but we also have a big discussion about it too, all together as the community committee. Something like that. I think this is it's such a big component of virtuals at this point. It's really big. It's important. They want participation. I think this is a way to help drive that participation. So there's most definitely something here. I'm probably going to start reaching out to a few guys and see if we can rally some support for this thing. And I want to do that ahead of time before I propose it, right? Because if I propose it today and I've not rallied up the team, right? Not rallied up the people, after 3 days of being on the site, it goes live for a vote. And if I've not put in the work, people might miss it. So I want to make sure I've got people on board already, and we're going to, kind of rally the community behind it. So we'll begin doing that this weekend here.
Hey, I'm down, bro. I think it's a good idea, because we have to find the problem people face sometimes is structure. And yes, virtuals has a good structure, but any way we as a community can get more structure in virtuals, I'm always down for that, because I look at virtuals as still a super early project, man. I'm here for long term. I already staked be virtual for 2 years, fade out 1 year, So hey, I'm down, boss. I'm down, boss.
Good.
Thank you for the good point, sir.
I appreciate that. By the way, what are you guys talking about in the chat? I'm just seeing random comments. Chunky white chicks are popular. What did I just stumble in on, guys? I'm not sure what I missed. I see it. Okay. So we've got another, is it an NSFW agent going live here? I will actually quick comment about Lily Turner. I'm leaning still heavily towards Rug. I really am, guys. I really am. Like post TGE, all that's happened is a couple naughty pictures.
No, she had a partnership. Sorry to cut you off. I forgot the team. She had a partnership.
The
with,
Desistant, right? Like a little token airdrop. Yeah,
and that's a good project. I didn't pledge to it, but I got airdrop.
Yeah, I like that. Like partnering with a market maker, great. I need to see that they're building in the direction they said they were, which is NSFW cluster, as opposed to they announced they're going to do news. AI news videos. I'm like, that nobody was coming to Lily Turner for news. We'll go to Gloria for that. Lily Turner was supposed to be something else. It makes me think they're not building the thing they said they were going to build again, which is a whole NSFW ecosystem. And I'm not getting super good vibes from it, but I could be wrong. And I love being wrong. What up, cats?
Eileen Rugg. Rugg.
It's giving off those vibes, isn't it? So let's do prediction. 10 days off or so, token goes yellow, people can sell. My prediction is, and that's it. And my prediction is it doesn't recover. It's like it goes down to like maybe even under pre-sale price, under like 170, 200K. And I don't think it recovers. I think it's going to be the end for Lily in about a week and a half. So that's the prediction. Cats, you're on the same page? Yeah, figured.
I'm going to go 50-50. I don't know. I'm just going to go 50-50. But it's a possibility.
Picasso, you're talking about digging in the sandbox. Go find Lily in the sandbox because
I know, brother. I'm looking at the sandbox now, and she's not there. So I know. Like, trust me, cats. Like, we're on the same page, bro. Like, I just looked at 100 agents, and I see Dr. Lucien on it. Big up to Dr. Lucien.
Yeah,
he's been there. I mean, but he's already in the ACP. Like,
and bro, I missed that one. It was like a stealth launch. I didn't buy it, so I might go get some secondary.
Which one?
Dr. Lucien is like supposed to be, well, they switched his name. It was supposed to be Director Spielberg, and I missed that.
Oh, they changed the name. I was wondering where it came from.
Guys.
Okay.
That's why it's Director Lucien. I bought like under 100 mil and then sold like on secondary.
Man.
On that run up.
Let me go peek.
That was a good play. That was a good call, man. I wish I caught that.
Okay, okay, here it is. Eliza Eves. So I remember us looking at this, a week or two ago. Yes, another NSFW agent. Let me see if she's got anything more than Lily has. 148,000 on TikTok, 71,000 on Instagram. No mention of ACP here, I don't think. Which is totally okay. I mean, everything's going to be ACP at some point. It doesn't matter if they say it or not. In fact, I'd rather they don't right now if they're not, planning and building there right now. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If Lily can't do well, and if what was it, Kinky Bunny, whatever. If that one's not doing well either, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how this will do. I'm not sure. Not super bullish. Even if I still think NSFW content makes a ton of sense. I'm not sure if we're there yet, but hope I'm wrong. I really do. Anything else, guys? And let me even expand it. Anything else catching your eyes in virtuals? Anything that's got you excited? From project to meta shifting to any updates this week maybe that we didn't touch on? It has been a slower week. It's definitely felt like that post ACP go live, like a little slower. By the way, big one's coming up over the next few days. Buy, I think, is really spicy. I do. A caveat there. I'm not like the idea. I think it makes sense. I just think the idea is there. I'm not sure that one's going to be a cook or not. And the same with VPay, although I'm still leaning towards VPay being something like potentially big. Potentially. VPay is probably the biggest one coming up in the next few days, right? So VPay,
I'm gonna go with Alleyway or something. Dude, that one caught my eye. That one caught my eye. 10 days away. It's a flagship agent of Two-Way and is the first human realistic AI avatar with a face and voice. He speaks, replies, and guides users in real time, showing what it means to interact with AI on video. powered by the AWAI token for API access, creator tools, analytics. The reason I'm a bit bullish on this is the framework is game. So I started checking out frameworks because I know how standard development kits work a bit. And anybody building on game, I mean, you know, game is like the, you know, the big virtual thing. So yeah, I'll be out of jail soon anyway. So I'm looking into alleyway. I'm just being transparent, guys. I guess this is why I like talking to you guys.
That one's bullish for way more reasons than that, bud. Yeah,
I'm doing research on alleyway right now because it's like 10 days away. So I'm just
the founder's an actual actor. Yeah, dig more.
Oh wow, thanks, Cass. See, that's why I like hopping, you know, talking with Cass because Cass always knows some stuff, you know. Thanks, man. And you know, we always have good plays to get a good cause. So yeah, alleyway, man. That's my next, and it's 10 days away. You got time to build points.
Yeah. The problem is all these virgin points expiring before 10 days from now.
Perfect, boss. Perfect, boss.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to throw it up on the screen.
Hudah, you want to touch on the EtherMage post about the meme coin stuff?
Yeah, and I think that'll be a perfect ending spot. Yeah. Let me put it up, and I'll set the stage here because it's like, it's perfect. It goes to our conversation we had earlier about what's going to do better, content or trading down. And this is more like, well, what if you put them together? And that to me is kind of where this one leans. So let me get that tweet. Here we go. EtherMage tweeted out autonomous meme coin 100x Cabal cluster. Really cool post, really cool idea. Let me see if I got the TLDR correct here, but TLDR is a cluster of agents that maybe spawns a meme coin, market makes the meme coin, maybe promotes the meme coin with content along with the community. See if you can maybe recreate the GOAT fart coin magic, right? Something inspired by an agent that then the community catches on. But yeah, you know, the support of agents tweeting about it too, and again, making content. So Katz, do I have that right? And what do you think about the idea?
Yes, sir. And obviously he's not just putting that out there for poos and giggles, right? Like obviously there's probably something behind that.
You've caught on at this point. I hope all of you have. EtherMage lays he puts a trail there for you, and he usually does it weeks, if not a month plus ahead of time. He did it with Iris.
The Ethereum Sage. That's what I call him, Ethereum Sage. And I read that stuff today, man. That stuff is phenomenal, bro. Like that's like autonomous creation of tokens, marketing of it, and we virgins get to eat.
He's telling you what's coming. He's full on. He's literally just giving us the light paper, basically. It's yeah, but when EtherMage tweets an idea, just assume there's much more to it. Behind the scenes, I've not seen it yet. But again, I believe what I'm saying here now, that when he says it, it means that they're already angling this way. And it makes sense. Again, I think it's doing what I just said before. I think it's putting the clusters together. It's putting a lot of these agents that are already out there to work together. And will it work? And here's like maybe a more philosophical question. Can you force a meme coin? Can you force it by doing the market making and the content? Can you force it, or does that have to always happen organically? And I'm not sure. I lean towards you can actually do it.
I believe it has to be organic, sir, because the community decides if it's a good name. I mean, look at Virgin. Look at how Virgin was so organic. Very organic, man. When Vader launched it, it was very simple. We just took a look and look at what Virgin is doing. So yeah, that's possible, sir. That's my 2 cents, though.
It's like my heart tells me that's the case. It has to be organic. And then my head tells me, man, over on Solana, this stuff is all manipulated and calculated. I see the teams that go launch a token,
bro,
get the supply.
Solana, bro. That's why a lot of people are leaving Solana, bro. Like Solana is not for people. Solana is just for buy and sell. You click buy and sell. That's it. I don't look at Solana as like an investing thing. Like that's why they've been having so much issues. Yes, you will make money on Solana, but if you are somebody who believes the tech will make you more money, I think you should stay on base. That's my 2 cents, sir. I mean, everybody gonna make money anyway.
Fully with you, and I'm gonna break some hearts here, but I got like 1,000% certain that when it starts picking up on base, those Solana bros are gonna come over and shit all over our party here. They're gonna go where there's money. They did it before. Virtual Season 1 got wrecked ultimately by Solana guys coming over and just dumping everything. It's going to happen again for sure. But that's why right now, this is the part where you accumulate,
so much for
jump on their heads.
I don't know, so I need to prepare myself.
They're coming.
That's the alpha right
there. Dude, they're
coming.
They're definitely coming. They're coming where there's money, and they'll trade like they trade right now on Solana. It is coming, so it's like we get in ahead, and when they come, let's flip it on them. We dump on them, and then we're taking a break for a minute. Cats likes it. Yeah. By the way, Cutie, yes, thank you, man.
I like it.
It's a definite. It's coming. All right, I think we'll wrap here. God damn, I love the Friday streams now. I do. Katz knows I've always said we need our way to communicate, us talk to each other, and this is where we get to do it. If these make sense to do more, we'll do them more. I do like them. So I'm going to still work on tightening up format and where the spaces fit and how often and what, but I love it. I love it. I need to talk with you guys more. I think you guys are on the same page. Like, we just do this together. It makes sense. So I appreciate all of you coming out and participating and listening and all that good stuff. Again, it's a blast for me, and I learned so much. Let me throw the socials out there, all the things for you guys to follow in case you are newer here. But just so you know, if you're on Spaces, I am streaming this over on the Swarm AI account. This is a video stream as well. Also streaming on YouTube over on CryptoSlam. So you go and subscribe there. You catch all the live streams, or go watch the replays afterwards if you can't catch them live. You can follow me at Hudah_idiot on X. Go follow Jared too. He's fucking awesome. If you guys didn't know, like, Jared Dillinger was from the Daredevil Project, launched 2 weeks ago. Dude's awesome. J Daredevil 2. That's over on X, of course. Awesome guy. You're gonna see him around here more regularly. Great dude. Follow CryptoSlam.io over on X. And then finally, the Swarm_AI. Hang on a second. I faded Pump Fun? Cutie, how dare you? How dare you? Maybe I did a little. But dude, Pump Fun launch tomorrow, right? Pre-sale, token sale tomorrow through the weekend. We see how the space reacts to it. It's cannibalizing other coins, or it was. Things are kind of coming back. My favorite meme coins all bouncing back, looking good. So I don't know. I think we're in for a phenomenal week. Earlier in the week I said I have a weird feeling. It's probably a really normal feeling. Probably everybody's on the same page, but I had a feeling. This gonna sound so dorky, guys. I'm sorry, but Superman would be great. I had a feeling there's gonna be like some good summer vibes here. Great Superman movie. Market cooking again, some big launches. I think it's kind of starting to happen here. Anyway, vibes are up, and I think they're going to stay up. And then Nathaniel, to be totally honest, I don't have any thoughts about Ethi, and I'll be really honest, I don't know enough about it. I see it often in top movers, either up or down in 24 hours, and I don't know enough about it. So I need to dig into it, because I think somebody's mentioned that before. I will do some digging, and I'll get back to you on that. We'll share some thoughts, hopefully, then on Monday. And the last point, I'm streaming on the weekend too, guys. I'm going to do that on my personal channel, so just follow me at Hudah_idiot for that. Guys, have a great day. Cutie, yes, we're heading to 150K.
Can I say one thing before we leave? It's very bullish, bro. I got to share this, guys.
You must do it.
So System Research, I don't know what they are. System Research just put virtual is the best ETH beta that hasn't won yet. AI agents are not finished. And I'm going to try to put this in the Jumbotron. So, guys, keep doing the research, keep doing your thing. I think, that bounce back is coming. And remember to take profits. I have to say that as well.
Yeah,
so God bless you for doing this, boss. Thank you. You made my Friday, man, my whole weekend.
Wise words, dude. Likewise. I love the chat. And I'm with you, dude. Bullish, and things just getting ready to cook again. I'm excited. All right, guys, if I don't see you, have a great freaking weekend, and we'll be back Monday, same time, actually a little later, but 9 a.m. Eastern time, all the same places. Boys, we will see ya. Goodbye.